Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report. You see, Kenny Omega won the World Championship last week at a historic bout against MJF. Kenny Omega celebrates his World Championship victory. We'll see that celebration coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show a little bit later on in the show. We'll talk about it here coming up. Also, too, in more action. Mercedes Moné teams up with the Babes of Wrath. As the tag team champions, Mercedes Moné teams up against Divine Dominant. I guess it takes on Willow Nightingale, My World Highland, and he's 6-woman trios match. Like he said, we're going to have the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Hero Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, count a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here. All right. Let's not waste no time. What's up? Let's get things started right here, right now. We kick things off here on the Pro Wrestling Show with the tag team titles on the line as veteran tag team group Edge and Christian, better known as Cope and Christian. Show you that right here. They were the tag team action. They defended the tag team title against the Death Riders. Get them like some tag team situation. It's get a music real quick. Right. All right. Christian and Cope, better known Edge and Christian, took on the Death Riders in a tag team title match. And we're gonna go to that right quick, right here. Christian and Cope. And you see right here. And you see Edge and Christian getting set. Tag team titles were on the line. And tag team champions won over the young team, the young Death Riders and stuff. So you see Edge and Christian defend the tag team title, defend it. They're gonna be looking against the dogs. I guess they're gonna be fighting the dogs down the road. Also, too, who's in action? Andrade was in action. Andrade right here, leaving the Don Callis family. Andrade didn't want to be part of the Don Callis family no more. He went against Jake Doyle. Used to be better known as Jake something. And you see right here the and you see Don Andrade getting them. Andrade took on Jake something. I mean, that was Andrade and Jake something on the one. See Andrade doing what he needs to do, but Andrade would miss over Jake something. But Andrade now turned his attention to Mark Davis. Andrade going against Mark Davis. And Andrade will take on Mark Davis at Redemption. A lot of matches being added for Redemption. Like we said, we're gonna have the Redemption ring report. Well, not the Redemption ring report, but the Redemption review and everything else. We're gonna have that coming up your way and predict the outcome as well next Sunday for Redemption. Also, too, we go to this right here. Andrade getting himself settled for his match. We go to this right here. Kenny Omega There you go. Kenny Omega. What name my Kenny Omega? He won the world championship from MJF last week in a do or die situation. And win the world championship from MJF. He was never going to challenge for the world championship again. That's one of those stipulations they always like to use and give. Well, Ken Omega overcame the odds, and now Ken Omega on top of the mountain, the AEW mountain, as its world's champion with his friends, the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks celebrated giving Kenny the original world championship rather than the MJF championship. They like to use the big B championship. So you saw that Ken Omega raising the championship, the original one, as you see Ken Omega holding up the belt. Well, we know that Ken Omega will defend the world title against this man right here. I want to show you that man right here. None other than Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay gets a shot at the world championship. Will Ospreay looking forward to seeing that. But could those plans be derailed? And those plans could be derailed by this man right here. None other than the Jet, Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight came out there talking about what he had to say to Ken Omega, saying that he was supposed to get a shot at the world championship against MJF, but those plans have derailed, and now the Jet wants a shot at the belt. Ken Omega reminded Kevin Knight that it's still some good in him. Kevin Knight, like they planting the seeds of turning Kevin Knight back babyface. I guess the heel stuff didn't work for now, but I guess Kevin Knight's gonna realize after he probably has a match against Ken Omega that he can probably be a good guy. And I like to see Kevin Knight be a good guy against him being a heel gives him an edge and gives him personality and stuff. So Ken Omega accepted Kevin Knight's challenge, and it will happen at Redemption for the World Championship. We'll see that match between these two at Redemption. So a lot of people are trying to spread the positivity into Kevin Knight that he once had. He about Mike Bailey even tried to convince Kevin Knight that it's still some good left in you. You have to pull it out. So we'll see that match coming up as well. You see. Well, we move on to this right here. Bandino and Brody Lee. Bandino and Brody Lee. Both men are a tag team. Bandino and Brody Lee came out there, took on Nick Kamara and Aaron Solo, and they won their match. But Bandino and Brody Lee won the match, but they kind of Fletcher match, but did a big so I guess in an impromptu another match for Redemption. Kyle Fletcher will defend the international championship against Bandino. We'll see that match as well. So a lot of matches being made. Even more matches being made right here as Chris Jericho wants to bring his Painmaker gimmick to life. He told Tommaso Ciampa, you bring the pain, I'll bring the Painmaker. So we're going to be seeing the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, coming back to take on Tommaso Ciampa. What match that's going to be coming up? What match that's going to be? Woo, woo, Lord. Also, too, Brian Cage. Brian Cage getting swole, getting jacked, as physically jacked as possible.
Brian Cage taking on Darby Allin. One-on-one, Darby Allin, the former world champion, taking on a TNA champion. Brian Cage looked jacked. He looked swole. It's like he's been working out to you know what. So we see how that's gonna go. But Brian Cage looks so swole, so jacked. Bro, we see that Darby Allin came out there. Darby Allin won his match over Brian Cage, which I'm kind of shocked at that. That was kind of a mismatch, but Darby Allin won his match, which is he did over Brian Cage. What a match that was. Well, we get to this right here. The main event. The main event was a huge 6-woman trios match. Want to go to that right quick. The 6-woman trios match. As you see, Mercedes Moné team on Willow Nightingale, Maya World, and Highland. Well, a huge 6-woman tag team trios match that was. Um, set up the table for their match. Um, Willow Nightingale get a shot against Tekla for the AEW Women's Title. We'll see that match coming up at Redemption. It could lead to Willow Nightingale winning the Women's Championship. But we see Mercedes Monet, the Owen winner, teaming up with the tag team champions, and what a match that was coming up. So we see that Willow Nightingale teaming up with her girlfriends, but it just wasn't enough. So we see Willow Nightingale lost to Mercedes Moné in the tag team champions. We see how that went. So a lot of going on between them, but we'll found this around everything except for we said myself for all in my see little say but the truth still told you it's been rumor report that Kevin was serious tension go for the world championship. I guess those rumors have become true. He will challenge Kenny Omega to turn all in upside down and perhaps could be getting a shot at the championship and become champion, walking in as champion at all in. Kevin Knight said he won't be Kevin two belts. That's what he said he wants to do. We'll see how this is going to play out, but we'll see. All right, as you see right here, Mercedes. Well, all right. We're gonna leave you with Kevin Knight and world champion team or the TNT champion Kevin Knight and world champion Kenny Omega for Redemption. Thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. I guess we're still on mistakes Moné. And so hopefully we'll get to Kevin Knight and Kenny Omega. Thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, KJ Dixon, saying so long. We'll see you Friday for the SmackDown report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.